We have with us our next guest, and I think he's a familiar face to many in many of our communities in Los Angeles. Edward James Olmos, the director and principal actor of American Me, which showed us an incredibly harsh reality in the prison system and the Mexican mafia in the prison system.
The last time he joined us was under happier circumstances discussing that film, and now we're here to discuss some grimmer realities in the city of Los Angeles. Have you been out today? What have you seen?
Yes, we have. I've been out in the community and trying desperately hard to make people understand that hopefully if there's anyone out there that are listening to us right now that have relatives, brothers, sisters, loved ones that are out of the house right now, please get them home as fast as you can. Get them inside the house and have them there with you. It's very important that people understand that the National Guard is coming into the situation, and anyone found out in the street after curfew is going to be in question. So I pray that people will just go home and everything will none of the problems will be solved, but the looting and the danger of fire will stop, because they will make sure that they get everybody that is out on the street.
Yeah, right. Eddie, in Pico Union, I was shocked, certainly, to see the amount of violence that came out today. It's a mostly Salvadoran, some Mexican neighborhood. I don't think many of us were expecting to see that kind of spillover. Of course, now it's everywhere, but the Latino community is involved there in Pico Union as well. Where do you think that came from? Were you expecting something like that?
The situation is not really harnessed inside of the Rodney King mentality of that was just the last straw that gave the ability for the negative energy to materialize and to really play itself through. We've been, for many years, many leaders have been trying to make the society as a whole in tune with the fact that there are certain needs that have not been gotten by the populace, and the distance between the have and the have-nots is that awareness, and you are seeing that in action right now. You're seeing people from that would never do this kind of action out on the street behaving in this manner, because many of them have nothing, and they see right now that everybody else is doing it, so why shouldn't they? And they go ahead, and those that started it into the negative, which were, most of them were just very frustrated and very angry people, but they were also with the intent in mind of saying this is a great opportunity to make this kind of a move, and that is what has happened, and we see it a lot. And it's been funny because this is a truth that is hard for a lot of people to understand. The behavior that is being exhibited right now, which is one of violence, one of vigilantism, one of at the same time self satisfaction of saying, I'm going to do this for me now. I'm tired. I can't take it anymore. This is it. This is for me. And they get together in a mass and they go out and do something negative. And everybody remembers very well the Boston Tea Party and how wonderful that felt after it was over, because they really took the initiative in their own hands. Well, welcome to the Boston Tea Party 1992 style. This is a revolution.
One of the themes in your film was the dysfunctional family. In a situation like this, how do you apportion responsibility between society, the social structure, the legal structure, and the family itself? Who has to step in and how far?
I think both have to step in, and both have to do it to the furthest extreme as possible to make sure that the child understands that it is loved and that they really matter. And that's the problem. I mean, how can a kid today, most of the people out there on the street right now are children under the age of 25. I consider anybody under the age of 25 to be someone that is just barely starting their life. They're children. They're starting. They're getting it together, even though they're young adults. And even though they're over the age of 21, they're still young adults and they're starting their lives. How can they feel as if someone cares for them, whether it be their own parents or when they come from dysfunctional families, and the economics are so low that even the father doesn't feel like he's portraying any kind of manhood whatsoever, and he doesn't have that feeling. When they turn around and they see our leaders, our tremendous leaders in this country, doing simple, basic value dysfunctioning themselves. I mean, how many of us sat around the television set at a dinner table and without any malice, without any anger or anything, just out of sheer basic, said to the TV when we heard about the thousands and millions of dollars worth of bad checks that these people had written to the Congress and the Senate, and said to us, geez, if I did that, I'd be thrown in jail. And kept on eating, and here are the kids looking at it and hearing that, and then they're looking at the TV and seeing that the representatives, no big issue was made out of it, even though in a lot of houses there was a big issue made out of it. But still, most of us, General, had that just thrown out there. Bingo. I mean, what signal was that to kids? Okay, what signal is it to kids when the S&L savings and loans companies are bailed out, but they won't bail out education in America? What is that all about? What condition are we in when they will go to Kuwait to getting back the land for the Kuwaitis and pour billions of dollars into making sure that they get their land back? And that we get control of our little situation,
and there's no desolation of the city.
Eddie, just to switch gears a little bit here linguistically, quizá podemos pasar al español un poquito, porque yo sé que hay familias en el este de Los Ángeles y en otra parte de la ciudad viendo este programa en este momento, padres de familia, jóvenes, ¿verdad? Que están ahí, quizás que estuvieron en la calle hoy en la tarde. Hay mucha rabia allá afuera y es como una ola incontenible en este momento. ¿Cómo podemos arrestar esa ola de rabia? ¿Qué le podemos decir a nuestra familia latina? Porque la familia latina es fuerte. Ahí tenemos la abuelita, tenemos el abuelo, la madre, el padre y luego los hijos. Somos una unidad familiar. ¿Qué podemos decirle a la familia latina?
Ahorita lo que podemos decir últimamente es decirles que ahorita en esta noche, especialmente esta noche, tenemos que recibirnos en entendimiento, que tenemos que traer a todos nuestros hijos y hijas y toda nuestra familia y ponernos juntos en una casa, unirnos, porque si están afuera en la calle, ahorita va a ser un desastre. Ahorita va a salir el National Guard y últimamente lo que va a pasar va a ser increíble. And I'm telling you that from the bottom of my heart. That's the only thing that I have been saying across this whole situation is get home, and if your children are out, pray for them. May they come home very quickly because the National Guard is on the way out. And we cannot forget Kent State. I don't blame the National Guard. I don't blame the police department. God bless.
Ojalá que su mensaje cae en orejas abiertas.
I hope so too.
Okay. I think that that's going to be about it for us this evening. Ruben, you have some information about tomorrow and our Monday programs as well.
Yeah. We'll be here tomorrow for our live edition. As always, we'll be discussing the same issue, of course. It's the only issue we want to discuss right now. And on Monday, we will have a live edition of Life and Times as well, a 90-minute town hall edition in which we will have many of the protagonists in this drama that's unfolding before us right now. Please stay in tonight. God bless. See you tomorrow night.